So as we come to a close in 2023, I remember that at the height of the shutdown, there were so many naysayers out there saying that cruising was over. Cruising would never come back. Well, we've got reports coming out of some popular cruise ports of record-breaking numbers. We also have one of the most important events that's happening tonight, the ball drop in New York, having a cruise connection. And well, there was a crazy story this year about a fight in a cruise theater. And now the feds, the FBI, they've initiated charges. So a wild one to finish the year out. Cruise news and my views. Let's talk about it. Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to La Lido Loca. I'm your host, Tony, here with the latest cruise news and views for your face. For your face for the very last time in 2023. It's time to put a bow on it, close the lid, put this one on the shelf, and call it done. And what a fantastic year it has been. But it's always onward and upward, so I'm looking forward quite a bit to 2024. But we can reflect a little bit. Our cruise news story number one is a reflection of 2023 and really a reflection of the shutdown, of where we have come from. Like I said, there were naysayers. There were people saying the cruising will never recover, especially down there in the Caribbean where, you know, the shutdown was so devastating. Well, we have a few Caribbean spots that are cawing at the end of the year saying, we made it through the rain. We made it through the rain. Shout out Ludacris. Let's talk about Nassau in the Bahamas. Pre-pandemic, they had themselves a cruise record for servicing 3.8 million passengers and some change. That's been their standing record. Well, they beat it already at the end of November of 2023. They've serviced 3,869,003 passengers for a new record, and they'll continue to add to that record in December. One of my favorite places to go. You might recognize it from the intro. St. Thomas serviced over 1 million cruise passengers. That was double last year. 1 million passengers in St. Thomas there in the U.S. Virgin Islands. And Grand Cayman kept cruisers away for a long time. You couldn't even get back to Grand Cayman until March of last year. They did like 700,000 cruise passengers last year. Well, they've done over 1 million cruise passengers this year. They had a goal of getting to 1.2 million, and they're going to make it. And so it's really exciting if you look at these places where recovery after the shutdown was questionable, to see them thriving and booming, talking about bigger numbers for 2024. I've said it many times over the last year, and maybe this should be the last time that I say it. Maybe it's time to put it away. Cruising is back, baby. We've made it through. Cruising is back. It's onward and upward. Whole new sets of challenges for us cruisers as we see increasing prices and changes in service levels. But the concerns that we had in 2020 and 2021, definitely different concerns going forward. And the questionability of whether cruising is going to make it, I think, has been established as it's going to make it. So that's exciting. A good bow tie to the end of 2023 for these Caribbean cruise ports. And of course, they're not the only ports seeing record numbers. We've seen it really everywhere. But congratulations to those cruise ports. Congratulations to cruising. And one last time, cruising's back, baby. Am I right? Am I right? Cruise news story number two is certainly one of the most iconic events that happens on New Year's Eve is the dropping of the ball in New York City in Times Square. Millions of people gathered there to celebrate the changing of the year from 2023 to 2024. And somebody's got to initiate the ball dropping. I think maybe it's automatic, but ceremonially, they have a ceremony. Somebody's going to flip a switch and the ball is going to descend. And well, excitingly for us cruisers, the person dropping the ball is the CEO of Carnival Cruise Line, Josh Weinstein. Is there a little irony there? The CEO drops the ball. He's the head honcho over there at Carnival Corporation. And come midnight tonight there in Times Square in New York City, Josh Weinstein flipping the switch and taking us into 2024, America's Cruise Line. I'm just trying to trigger people out there. It's always Carnival. It's interesting to me I like people being loyal to their brand, and cruising feels like NASCAR sometimes. I don't know if you know this, but I used to be a big NASCAR fan, and it would be wild. You would go to a NASCAR race, and if you were for a driver, you hated everybody else. And then there were some drivers that were universally hated. Like when I was into NASCAR, I was a Jeff Gordon fan, and that happened to be the driver that was universally hated. You would see people dragging Jeff Gordon dolls around. There'd be people holding signs that had negative things written about Jeff Gordon. And it didn't really matter who else they were a fan of. They were just anti-Jeff Gordon fans. I think that's true for Carnival. People that love Carnival, and then it seems like everybody else bags on them. But you know what? I don't see any other cruise line CEOs getting to drop the ball in Times Square. Love them or hate them, Carnival Cruise Line will be bringing us cruisers here in North America into 2024. Now, I got to tell you about this guy that just got charged for his part in a cruise fight after the FBI investigated. Oh, I just got notified that there's a new video from one of my favorite YouTubers. I love this notification system. If you're subscribed to a YouTube channel, whenever somebody publishes a new video, then YouTube will send you out a notification so that you know you can watch the show. And well, if I wasn't recording the show, I would go ahead and watch that video. But the same thing happens here. Let me quickly invite you to subscribe. If you want that experience, if you want to stay up to date with everything going on in cruising, last cruise hands for the year. Let me get in the center for this. Stay up to date with everything going on in cruising. I love it. Please consider subscribing with the notification bell on. Be a part of the Loca fam and the notification squad. Subscribe, notification bell. That way you don't miss out on any of these episodes. Okay, well, a few months ago, there was a fracas on the Carnival Magic in the theater, and now we have more details about the fracas. I've talked about this before. Sometimes people go to the theater, go to the shows, and then they think that the whole show is about them. So they'll be loud, or they'll heckle the entertainer, or they'll come in late, or they'll just make a big show of themselves. And apparently, that's what happened in this circumstance, and it got somebody upset. And it's so funny when I talk about people acting out in the theater, they're like, I would just confront the person. Well, somebody confronted somebody in the theater and got beat up. The guy that was acting out got confronted by another gentleman, and the guy told him to shut up a few times, and that, raised the blood pressure. And then as the guy, this is according to the FBI investigation, as the guy was going to get a crew member to get the rowdy guy taken care of, the rowdy guy allegedly hit him in the face with a glass from the bar. And then as the guy fell to the ground, according to the investigation, the assailant got on top of the guy and pummeled the guy and caused injuries, lacerations, all kinds of stuff. And so now after the investigation, there are federal charges levied against the guy that was doing the assault. Now, for the guy's part, he said it was in self-defense, that the guy took a swing at him, and this is his defense. This will all play out in court, but it does bring up an interesting 2 points, really. If you're in the theater to watch a show, shut up and watch the show. Just sit down, watch the show, don't heckle, don't come in late, don't mess with other people. I think, can we just agree to that? I know there's still going to be some people out there like, if I want to heckle during the show, I should be able to heckle. This is America. It's my life. Whatever. Stop it. Stop disrupting the show. And then number two, I think it's a cautionary tale. You don't know who's out there that's going to, assault you. So, forget confronting. Just go get the crew member. I think that's probably the best course of action. There's a lot of people in the comments when I post these stories, and they're like, I would just tell them what for. I'm a baddie. I would. It's not really the place to get it. I wish there was like some sort of resolution MMA on the cruise ship, right? Like if you got beef with somebody and you could just go get in the octagon and settle it with a submission chokehold. I don't know. Look, I'm a lover, not a fighter. I don't believe in violence. But I also don't like my show disrupted. So we got to find some sort of resolution. I don't know how this is going to turn out, but I'm assuming if this person gets convicted of assault, that could be bad. It does show you, though, that when things happen in the jurisdiction of the United States, even though you're on a vessel that's flagged in a foreign country, that you can get in trouble at the federal level. So don't F around and find out. If you fool around, don't fool around and find out, if you know what I'm saying. This ain't Yellowstone. All right. Happy New Year's Eve, everybody. Best wishes going into 2024. Thank you guys for an awesome 2023. Much love to the Loca fam. So excited to see what happens next year and looking forward to another great year of cruises. Hope you guys are doing great. Hope you find the quarter and the black eye. I don't know what the tradition on New Year's Day is, but anyways, this is Tony for La Lita Loca. On behalf of the lovely Jenny, we love you guys. And until the next time, we'll see you on the Lido. Bye.